It's draft day. I can't take my eyes off my phone because there are just so many rumors that are flying wildly today.
You waiting for another Woj bomb?
I'm waiting for bombs. I'm waiting for ShamWows. I'm waiting for everything. It's an exciting day. We're going to see a lot of moving and shaking in the NBA draft. Starts at 6 o'clock Central Time. I think we're going to see like 10 trades in the draft. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm waiting for a Woj notification because he tweeted, even if it's a false alarm, I need this injected into my veins. Manny, how do you feel that draft day is finally here?
It's time, man. I've been chomping at the bit for this for weeks. I mean, really ever since the Wolves season ended, and then a few weeks later when we found out finally where the Wolves were going to be picking. Unfortunately, they fell down a spot to 11. But
for now,
there's still a lot of possibilities for them, and I'm excited. I know that it sounds like they're trying very, very hard to move up. If they do move up, it's going to be really exciting because that means they're going to try and get a player that's maybe better than what they would get at 11. So
certainly,
it's going to be this is going to be a fun night, regardless of what the Wolves do. I think.
Do you think that they do make their pick at 11, or do you think they move up or down?
It's I think they're going to end up staying at 11.
I think
it's going to be really hard for them to move up.
I think they're going to move up.
You think they're going to pull it off?
I've heard that the talks are very legit between them and New Orleans for 4. I think Phoenix is also a spot at 6 to watch out for, and there definitely has been traction in the Wolves trying to get up closer than 11 to the top of the draft.
So if they go up to 4, it's got to be Darius Garland, right?
If they move up to 4, they're moving up for Darius Garland. That's exactly what it is. If it's up
I'm
to
on board
6,
with that.
If they're moving up to 6, and this isn't sourced where the Darius Garland stuff, that's more than speculation. If they move up to 6, I would have to think it's for Kobe White from North Carolina. I have to think they're moving up to get one of the 2 really good guards after Ja Morant in this draft.
Well, point guard is definitely, I think, a need for this team because, I mean, Jeff Teague is a solid NBA point guard, but he's not the long-term solution at that position.
And Teague could be part of a deal to Phoenix, too.
Sure. But, yeah, I think, obviously, that position is, solidifying the future of that position is a huge need for this team. And so if you're going to move up and try and get a Darius Garland or a Kobe White, it makes all the sense in the world.
It absolutely does. It's going to be a really interesting night. So I want to ask you, who are your favorite prospects that we're going to see tonight?
Well,
Garland get their names called.
I do like Garland a lot. I like your guy Tyler Hero a lot too. He's really intriguing. Sekou Doumbouya is really intriguing to me too because I think it's going to be a few years before we realize like how good he actually will be. But the type of player that he could potentially be really, really, really intrigues me.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that too. He's been compared to Pascal Siakam quite a bit. He's someone that could be an all-star, all-NBA talent. It's just going to take some time, as it will with every rookie. But I do think that maybe he doesn't match up with Karl Anthony Towns' timeline. That's something to certainly look out for. Brandon Clark's another name that's popped up a ton. I've seen him sliding a lot in recent mocks. So many people had him up at 11, and I did as well. I ended up bumping him back to 17, where Atlanta is picking, and I saw The Athletic also had him at 17. ESPN Plus had him at 17 as well. So it seems like he's falling down draft boards. I think that if they stay at 11, I have no idea who the pick is. If they move back to like 15 or 16, I think it's Tyler Hero. If they move up, it's Darius Garland or Kobe White.
Yeah, another guy I'm looking at too is where does Cam Reddish end up? Because so much at this point last year, so much was talked about with Cam Reddish because he and Zion and RJ Barrett and Trey Jones, they were going to form this team at Duke and try and make a run at a championship. Obviously, they fell short of those expectations, and Cam Reddish sort of fell behind the shadow of Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett. Sure. But the talent is there. We know it's there. There's questions about his drive and, how hungry is he to be a great player. But we know the skill set is there. We know the talent is there. And I wonder if being out of that shadow of those two players and getting a chance to be on a team, a team of his own, will allow him to blossom and showcase his skills more. And that might depend on where he goes, too.
It could. He had a disappointing year at Duke. I think that he could go as high as 5 to Cleveland, but I also think it wouldn't stun me if he fell out of the top 10. I think that his situation is very, as Gerson Rosas said on Thursday, very flat and fluid. I think that there could be a number of different suitors for him. Maybe it's Atlanta at 8 or 10. Maybe it's Detroit at 16, I don't know. I'm not positive where he's going to go. It's hard to have a real read on him.
If he's there at 11, the Wolves have to take him, right?
I would think the Wolves have to take him at 11, but I mean, they know more than we.
Sure.
They might know something we don't, and they might not like him, so who knows?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I know there's questions about, his drive and his motor and all that, and the Wolves already have one person on their roster that there's question marks about that, and I know that might scare some Wolves fans, that sort of idea or that narrative surrounding a player, but I think that Cam Reddish is going to have a chip on his shoulder going into his rookie season and be hungry.
I think that would be the best case scenario for him. Anything else from you on Cluster Fun today, Manny?
I am just, I'm chomping at the bit. I can't wait. Rami and I are going to be on the air at 6 tonight doing a draft show. You're going to be out at Target Center doing some coverage there, and we'll tap into your brain too as once we get a clearer picture on what's going to happen with the Wolves tonight. So I'm chomping at the bit. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
I'm ready for it to be over. It's been exhausting. I'm ready for tomorrow to be here because then free agency starts and it just gets even more exhausting. So we'll talk to you tomorrow if I make it through tonight. This has been Cluster Fun.